Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a full face of first impressions video. It's taken me quite a while to get all the bits together for this because there's some things that I've had for a while I've just never used, and then I had to buy like a few new things. But overall this is quite a fun video to film. I've never tried out this many new things in one go. It's like there's like a lot of empty boxes in front of me at the moment. But I just want to say thank you for all your lovely comments, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, see you in the video, which will be now. Okay, bye! Okay, so I'm just starting out with my eyebrows with a little bit of eyebrow gel on them just because they looked a bit of a mess. And I've just kind of primed my eyelashes with the Benefit Lash Primer, and I've just got a little bit of lip balm on. So I kind of want to do brows first because if you watch my haul video you would have seen this. This is the Freedom Eyebrow Pomade in chocolate. I'm really excited to try this out because it's so affordable, and if it's actually any good, maybe I can get this kind of like, you seem to use pomades, they just never look right on me. But yeah, this is the shade Chocolate, and this is the one we're going to be trying out. So I'm just taking this Eco Tools brush, and I'm going to pick some from the brush and just go straight in. It's got a really creamy sort of texture. This has just been in my room, it's not been heated up or anything. It's like a really sort of creamy texture, and the colour changes once you kind of get past that first layer, which is interesting. So just swatch that on the back of my hand there, and it still looks quite warm to me, but we're just going to try it. So I've just been playing with my eyebrows for like 5 minutes trying to get them to look right. I've had to do quite a bit of like wiping off and like redoing. I think it's a good product. It's really creamy, which I was really impressed with. But don't be like me and go in. You need to go in with like a very light hand, I think, because it is so creamy and pigmented. I do think it's a good product, but I need to get some mastery of it. And trying to stay within the lines because it's quite hard to get off. Right, so I want to use two primers today. I want to go in with a mattifying one and a kind of radiant one. Do mattifying first. So I'm going to use the Benefit, the Professional Matte Rescue. I can't remember if I've tried this like a tiny bit, but I didn't really like properly try it out. I think I just kind of swatched it just to see what the texture was like. Let me just wipe off my hand because it's got some of that brow stuff on it. So I'm just going to focus this around the nose and where I have any larger pores, because I don't want too much of a matte finish. I want to do something kind of like, because the foundation is quite dewy. Oh, straight away this is dry. Like this isn't like a, I don't know, it's like a, yeah, it's like a gel. It's very, doesn't go a very long way. Like I feel like I'm like pulling at my skin trying to rub it in. Yeah. So I've just used some of this, and I'm not sure about this. I think it's a bit too drying for my skin type. I mean, I do have dry skin, but I think if you have oily skin, this would be really good if you're having a particularly oily day and you wanted to, get a really good base for your foundation. But I don't think this is the best for dry skin. Yeah, I'd have to try it out a bit more, but it's just very, very extreme matte, no oil, nothing at all on your face, and like it takes away like any moisture as well. Like I've used moisturizer and it's kind of like, yeah, I feel quite dry around here, and it kind of feels like I can tell that I've put it on, if that makes sense. Okay, so next I'm going in with the Collection Primed and Ready Reviving Anti-Fatigue Illuminating Primer. This is in the shade Cool Rose, which is kind of like this sort of pinky tone. I don't usually use sort of pink toned primers or highlighters, but see, yeah, this is like, oh, it's really, my skin feels really dry and sort of like draggy now. I'm going to use some more of this because this is really quite, this feels really refreshing, and it feels like that other primer is just making me feel quite dry. I'm going to use quite a lot of this now. Okay, so this feels really nice and really cooling. I quite like the texture of this. It feels almost like, yeah, like a moisturiser, but like a little bit tacky, like it is sort of going to help your makeup stay in place. I do find that's evened up my skin tone a little bit as well. I quite like that. Collection, at it again with their amazing face products. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Smashbox Liquid Halo foundation in the lightest shade. Now, I'm pretty sure I tried this once, a long time ago. I got this at the Estee Lauder warehouse sale. And I tried this once, and it's very dewy, and I wasn't a fan. But that was when I was like, my skin needs to be matte, 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 matte. But then I feel like in the summer it could be quite good. I'm not sure if this is going to be a bit dark for me. I can lighten it up with some concealer though, so it's fine. But yeah, it comes in this chunky glass bottle, which is kind of nice, but it's like, it's heavy. So I'm just going to apply this with a MAC Studio stippling brush. You know when I said this might be a bit dark for me? I mean, it's like, it looks actually, it's orange, okay? It's literally like orange on my hand. Like, I don't know. It looks yellow, but it's not. It's like, it's literally orange. I don't think it was this dark. It smells quite nice though. I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna have to mix this with something because, I mean, like, it's just not gonna happen. Right, I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put some on and we'll just try it, okay? It's gonna look orange, but we'll just try it. See, on camera it looks fine, but in person it's just no. I want to see what this looks like with my mirror because I bet it's like... Mind you, when you blend it in, it seems to kind of blend in lighter. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, in person it's giving me like not much coverage. I put like quite a big pump on. I'm gonna have to use some more because I don't think, and they know this is a sheer coverage, but I'm gonna have to use some more. So I'm a lot more impressed with this than I thought I was going to be. It's kind of come out to a much better tone for my skin. It's quite like a glowy sort of coverage. Yeah, it's definitely sheer coverage. I would say it's like max a sheer to medium coverage. Like, it's kind of buildable, but like I wouldn't want to put too much more on than what I've put on because I think it would get quite, it would be heavy but not any coverage. So it's okay. I might use it again. I think it might be quite nice if it was like a really hot summer and you just wanted kind of like a wash of kind of, you know, like a wash of coverage. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to try this out again because it surprised me. I like it more than I thought I would. Okay, so here I've got the Lord & Berry concealer in the shade Ivory, and I've just kind of concealed under my eye. I wasn't going to use this under my eye because I thought it was going to be too sort of drying, but it's actually quite creamy. I'm impressed. So I'm just kind of like tapering that under the eye and kind of like concealing and highlighting at the same time. I'm just blending that in with my finger. I just held up the mirror for no reason because I'm now just looking in the camera. I'm more impressed with that than I thought I was going to be. I thought it was going to be too dry, but I'm impressed. Well done, Lord & Berry. Okay, so there's foundation and concealer done. I'm just going to go in and powder with the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour Matte Powder. This is brand new to me. I just thought I'd try this one out because I've heard good things about the Infallible range, but the thing is the foundation is too, even the light colour is too dark for me, so I can't use the foundation. I'm just going to take this Real Techniques multitask brush. Oh my god. Oh, I put my brush in there and it's like Fallout City. Oh my god, that's like a lot. Maybe I should have used a more compact brush. Okay, so I'm actually going to switch over to this Kala brush. I'm not sure. It's more like a compact, dense sort of brush because I think the other one kind of just kicked up too much powder. And I'm just going to kind of go in. Yeah, that's better. It kind of like picks it up better. The other one kind of like fluffed it. And I'm just going to set my face with this. It feels quite sort of like good coverage, which is good because I know the foundation isn't like the best coverage. Okay, so I really like the colour of that powder and it's given me quite a nice sort of finish. It's a nice matte finish, but it doesn't look too cakey. Obviously I have put quite a lot of that foundation on, so my skin, I feel like I've got foundation at the moment, but I mean that's just because I was trying to build up the coverage. So next we're going to go in with my MAC Soft Ochre because I actually don't have an eye primer, and I wanted to give these eyeshadows like a fair go because I think, like, you know, if you're trying out a new eyeshadow then you should use like your favourite primer because then you can kind of, I don't know, get the best sense of how it's going to work, because you might use it with a different one and then you think, oh no, it's not very good, but it might just be because of the primer. There are so many empty boxes around me right now, like I just keep opening things up. So next we're going in with the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Tawny Brown, and like I've like tried this once I think a long time ago, so I can't even remember what it's like, but this is like looks quite red. I don't know, that looks kind of like a blush to me. I don't know. But I'm going to take this on my Real Techniques contour brush. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do you see? It looks quite, I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. It's just a little bit reddish to me. Especially considering that this appears to be the lightest shade. If it's marketed as 1, I would say it's probably the lightest shade. See, this doesn't look too bad on camera. Like, that looks quite nice. In person, it's very orangey red. It's like sunset. It's like sunset orange. Yeah, it's not, no. This is just not my colour, I don't think. So what I might do is I might sell this on Depop, because I think I used it that one time before, or I just looked at the colour and was like, no. And then, no. So I'm just going to buff that out with the same brush I used my powder on, because I thought it was just going to throw off the whole thing. Yeah, so if anyone would be interested in this, I think it would be a nicer colour if you had a deeper skin tone than me, which is likely because I'm literally a ghost. But yeah, or maybe as a blush. I think it would be better on a deeper skin tone, but on me, like, I'd have to really, really buff it out with a face powder again, and it's just kind of like a waste of product. Yeah, so this might go on my Depop. I'll leave a link below in case you want to check that out. I'm not impressed with that. Sorry, Bobbi Brown. So if you saw my haul video, you would have seen this. This is the Too Faced Selfie Powders, like, palette. I'm a bit confused with this because this sunrise colour is just like, I mean, it's just yellow. It doesn't really look like it's a highlight. I mean, they're supposed to be like photo enhancing powders, but I wouldn't necessarily use any of these to powder my face with. I'm just gonna have to see how it goes. Yeah, but this colour just looks like, you know those highlighters, what was that, the yellow one, like Banana Split? It looks like that, you know, where it's just like colour, but like it's not very reflective. I don't know. No shade to Kylie. So I'm just gonna take the yellow and the bronze. It's like nothing. Oh. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how you're supposed to use these. Let me just try the purple because I feel like that might actually show up. No. I'm going to try a different brush. Okay, so I've just used the yellow and the purple of this to try and build up some kind of highlight, but there's not really much happening. I think this is supposed to be quite a subtle highlight, and I usually quite like a very bright highlight. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I might have a bit more of a play around with it and just kind of see what I can use it for. They're nice powders, the texture's nice, but I'm just not sure if they're for me yet. So I've just added a bit of Mary Luminizer to my cheekbones because I needed a bit of a glow. And now I just look like I've got 4 different colours of highlighter on my face, but that's kind of what I did. So I want to try out these Pop Beauty eyeshadows, I think. I've got an eyeliner as well to try out, but I don't really have any matte colours, so I'm just going to fill in my crease with a little bit of some Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've just gone in with a little bit of Makeup Geek Peaches and Cream and Sidekick up in the crease, and I'm just going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills 10K, which is a new eyeshadow I got off of Depop. And this is just a little number 7 brush. Oh wow. Oh, I might have to get a mirror because I feel like I'm going to make a mess. This is like, it looks a lot brighter on than it does in the pan. Like, I don't know. It looks a lot different. So this is definitely sort of like a yellow gold colour. I quite like it with these these Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of my crease colour just to blend that out a little bit because I took it up a tiny bit too high. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this Pop Beauty Trio in Champagne Mocha, and I'm going to take this darkest colour, this one here. Whoa, a giant bee just like flew into my window. I'm just going to take this darkest colour here. I'm going to add it into the outer V and on the lower lash line. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just taking a really small brush because I want to kind of apply it and then sort of blend it. Okay, right off the bat, these have quite a lot of fallout. They're quite pigmented, but they do have a lot of fallout. I'm just going to go in with my new Spectrum CO6 brush and just try and like sort of fix this because I don't know, it just it kind of like covered up my other colours and didn't like blend with them. That makes sense. And now I feel like this is like a really sort of meh eye look because it just looks like pale gold and sort of pale brown. I'm not really a fan. This brush is doing pretty well at trying to sort this out. Oh, Spectrum, you get me every time. You do such good brushes. Literally, if I had the money, I would buy like every single one of their brush sets. They are amazing. Okay, so I'm not super pleased with how this has turned out. I mean, I've gone through and blended it again with my new Spectrum CO6 brush, which is really good. I mean, Spectrum, you get me every time. Amazing brushes. But I'm not impressed with that dark colour. It just seems to cover up everything I already did, and now it just looks like a very pale gold and pale brown eye look. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But now I'm going to go in with this MAC eyeliner in the shade Raisinette, and I'm hoping that this is not like a purpley colour, and it's like a sort of a chestnutty colour. I think I'll just get away with it, because I didn't want like purple with this eye look, it just wouldn't really look right. So I just lined my eyes with that MAC Raisinette pencil. It's a lot more purple like on than it looks. Like on my hand it just looks like a very chestnutty, brown, black, slightly purple colour, and on my eyes it looks purple. So I mean, I think it would be alright with a different eye look, but with this, I'm not a fan. It took quite a lot of working to build up the colour because, I don't know, but it is brand new, so maybe the more you use it, it would be easier to use. Okay, so it's just taken me an embarrassingly long amount of time to open this eyeliner. This pencil liner feels like it's like smudging already, so I'm not very impressed with that at the moment. I've just swatched this on the back of my hand, and it's really dark and it's not bled at all, so I think this is going to be really good. I just got a notification that Preen.me featured me on their Instagram. Thank you! I love their site, it's so good. Yeah, so, sorry, I tried to film this and I kind of like messed it up a little bit. So I've just done this with this. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm just going to go and do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so again, like, I think that the pen for this is pen. I think for the pen needs to be a little bit like more pointed at the end, because I find it really hard to do the ends of this. I've actually had to go back in with my Zoeva cat eye pen to do the ends because they just got too long, but they were really thick still, so I think it's okay, but it would be better if the end was just a little bit sharp. I can't even find it now, I don't know where I've put it. Okay, next I'm going to do mascara. This is the, oh wow, that's like, I feel like it's gone really quick. This is the Benefit Bad Girl Lash. Now I have tried this before, but this is like a brand new one, and I haven't tried it in a while, so I thought, I mean, it's like the closest thing. Oh, I'm so weak, I can't get these things open. This is just the sort of like mini size one. I got this in like a set when at Boots they did, you get like 4 minis for £15, which is pretty good. Okay, so there's mascara done. I do think that Bad Girl can be quite a smudgy sort of mascara. It's quite liquidy. I do like it, but I prefer Roller Lash. I think if you were debating between the two, I would say get Roller Lash. But it depends on what your preferences are, because I do think this is a nice mascara. I think Roller Lash just lifts your lashes more, which is what I need, because my lashes are fairly long. They just need to kind of stay up. Okay, so you just see me like wave this about 4 times. This is the Barry Matte Me Up Lip Kit in Go To. Again, if you watch my haul, you would have seen this. I haven't even taken this out of the box. I just took the sticker off. A lot of this stuff hasn't like been out of the box. It's like an unboxing, but it's all good. Oh, see, again, why am I incapable of getting things out of boxes? I swear. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally got these out of the box. They're both individually wrapped, which is just another thing for me to get through. But it's quite a big sort of component, like nice packaging, and then the lip pencil as well. So I'm just going to unwrap these and see what they look like. Okay, so just unwrap these and let's go in. Oh, you see the disappointment in my face. I really don't like lip pencils that are like, look like this, that have got like the actual pencil. I like the ones that are like the Kylie lip kits where they're kind of like, I don't know, they're usually creamier. I don't know, it's a nice colour though. Right, we'll go in with this and see what we think. Okay, so it's taking me like ages to line my lips with this. Yeah, it's quite creamy. I do have a lip balm on already, but it feels like quite a creamy lip liner. It's not as like sort of dry as I was expecting. I've left a little gap because I want to see if this is the same colour as the lip liner. So sorry, I look a bit like the Joker or something right now. I don't know why I'm shaking this. It doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really shake. Right, let's open this up. Oh, it smells quite sweet. like sort of like, I don't know, it smells like really sweet, like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, it sort of smells like a certain type of sweet, but I can't think what. It's quite nice though. Right, we'll just go in with this colour. Whoa. I mean, the lip liner is like a lot darker than the packaging, and then this is like the same colour. I thought the lip liner would be lighter. Whoa. This is quite liquidy, like a little bit goes a long way. I'm giving myself like unintentional ombre lips right now. Oh no, in person it's like a little more similar. Okay, so it looks a lot more greyish on camera. It's more sort of a pink in person. Yeah, it looks like a kind of like a beige grey on camera, but it's definitely like, it's not what it really looks like. But overall, I quite like the colour of this. I think it's dried down to quite a nice matte finish, but it's not overly drying. Good job, Barry M. I think that was only like £6 or £7. No, I really like that. I'm quite pleased with that. This looks like Kylie Dolce K on camera for some reason, but it's not. It's way more pink. Okay, so finally I'm going to go in with the Monu Spa Rosewood Reviving Mist. I have used this a few times, but it's the closest thing I have to like a new setting spray. This one's quite like it's like an aggressive spray, you know what I mean? But oh, it smells so nice. I really like that. Okay, so this is the finished look. It's quite a neutral look, a lot more neutral than something I would usually do. I mean, the eyes are very sort of like plain brown, and the lips look a lot more brown on camera than they are with them. They're more sort of pink. But overall, I'm quite pleased with it. I think I found some things that I do like. There's some things I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit more, and there's other things that are just kind of like a pass. Maybe I should do a disappointing products video, because some of these might end up in that video. But thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you so much for your support. Okay, thanks, bye.